Okay, so the next one is client-side attacks. And in a client-side attack, the attack actually is initiated, as the name implies, from the client. Okay, so it's separate from a server side where the server can actually initiate the attack. In a client-side attack, what happens is the attacker, right, that attacker's computer will send an email or an instant message or some type of communication to the victim. All right, so that victim will then click on a link, whether it's embedded into an image or whatever the case might be. It might be a direct hyperlink. That link then makes a connection out to a fake website or some type of malicious web server. That web server stores actually the code that we're talking about here, the malicious code that gets sent back to the victim's computer, and it's installed or initiated or somehow perpetrated there. All right, so whether it's installed and they have something that just sits and kind of takes place later, maybe like a logic bomb or some type of backdoor Trojan, or maybe something that initially starts to steal passwords and phones home. It can be a number of different things, all right? So the actual method of attack isn't as important at this point. Just understand that the client-side attack, the actual initiation of that attack is started from the client. And it's difficult to guard against because typically most intrusion detection systems, most firewalls and so forth, will block communication from the outside world in when that communication is initiated from the outside, right? So if the attacker is trying to ping or communicate or send some type of malicious file, worm, virus, what have you, to that victim's computer, well, what happens? The firewall blocks it. The intrusion detection system kicks off and sends out alerts or logs that action. However, when a typical email or some type of normal communication is sent to the victim, and then they click on that link, that initiates that client-side attack. So now the communication is coming from the inside out. So those intrusion detection systems, those firewalls and so forth, typically don't capture or get alerted on that type of traffic. All right, so we have to make sure that we adjust our perimeter defenses, our stateful packet inspection, our in-depth defenses, right, our layered defenses to make sure that we're now accounting for client-side attacks in our environment as well.